5 seconds to spare. Hey guys, we are a few seconds early. We couldn't wait.
Yeah.
We already had Heather pop. Oh, can you see the chat, Carla?
No, I can't.
Okay, I'll stick them up. I know you
Thank
can
you.
join, and I know it's easy, but I couldn't talk you through it because I can't remember. We have Heather in so far anyway. Hey ladies, waiting in the car while Shan's shopping. Get to hang out with y'all for a bit. Good stuff. Oh, we have someone
Awesome.
else here. Whoever's here, say hello. So I have my scrolling Musings Monday there. It's hilarious. Hey Ange is here. I remember getting onto you a couple of weeks ago, Carla, and saying, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, I just," because myself and Heather did a backstage, and we were going through what I would name this, and we were, because it was Monday, I wanted M's, and we were going through. We were using thesaurus online to find words that were similar to what we wanted, and all the rest of it, and we came up with the name. And that I literally look, because when I look for your channel, I just type Miss or sometimes even M, and it brings up your
Yep.
channel. So I click on it,
Good.
and I was like, "Oh sweet Jesus, she's Mystical Musings." But anyway,
But that's all mystical musings. So you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I'm
So
cool also, so I'm cool with that.
good stuff. So we just had a quick chat backstage, lads, and oh my God, I've already learned stuff about palmistry that I had no idea.
Yeah.
So Heather says brainstorming is so fun. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
until I realized I was plagiarizing Carla's channel. But anyway,
I think I plagiarized someone else. I'm telling you.
yeah, we're all guilty, so it's all right. Um, so yes, this live, as you could see, is palmistry with Carla. So this is Carla. No, I did the
Yeah.
wrong way again. This is Carla. Of Miss Kulala's mystical musings. We can't forget that now, lads. So Carla is going to talk to us about palmistry. Now, I don't know anything about it other than the fact that I will tell you something cool. I reckon my daughter was 2 years old. She's 16 now, so be 14 years ago, I had a reading. Now, I was going to this woman, and I didn't know I was having a palm reading. I knew she did a bit of everything, but it was my palm she read, and it was absolutely unreal. She was cool, like, in fairness. Heather, thanks. Heather, put up your channel link, so anyone who doesn't know you can go to
Oh,
it and
thank
subscribe.
you. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
we're
that.
we're good like that on our channels. All the peeps in chat, we all help each other out.
Awesome.
So I had a fab reading, and this woman, now I don't know if she's known across the pond. She's known probably around Europe anyway. Definitely, I'd imagine. Helen Barrett. She is the head of the White Witches of Ireland. So
No, I have not heard that name.
yeah, so she's very well known here. Years ago, I don't think she does it anymore, but like she used to help out the police with finding bodies and that kind of stuff. You know, with the what you call that, where
Like
the vision.
clairvoyant or yeah, clairvoyant would be the visions, I think.
Yeah, but you know the oh, there's a word for it. It begins with P. Anyway, where they kind of close their eyes and they
Oh,
see where
psychic? Psychic?
psychometry, is that it? I think it's psychometry.
Maybe. I don't know for sure though.
Anyways, something like that. So she used to do all that kind of thing too, but she did card readings, but it was a palm reading I had done, and stuff she told me was just unreal. Now she did say to me, right, and this was cool. Well, it wasn't. She said, so I had only my daughter at the time, and she was about 2, and she did say your second son will be in the army. And I went home, and there was about 6 of us went together. We all took turns going in, and I said to the girls, I said, well, there will be no second son, and certainly no one will be going to the army. And they were laughing, you know. But I've only 2 kids, like, so I had a girl at the time, a boy, probably a year later. Um, so she was the first one that said something. So that would suggest 3 kids, right? Obviously. But about 4 different people since, I reckon, have mentioned third pregnancies. They said, did you lose a baby? I sensed something over here. A woman had her hands doing an angel healing, had her hands over my right side, and she said, I sense that you lost a baby from this side. And uh,
Oh, wow.
another medium that I trained with said something about a third pregnancy as well. And I was like, no, never going to happen. I have 2. That's it. I'm done. So I'm wondering, did I at some point lose one that I don't know about? You know, I don't know. It's possible, I suppose. You know, it could have been a very short thing that kind of went unnoticed. You know, I don't know. But at least I'd say there was 5 probably mentioned it over the years, and she was the first one.
I have beliefs on that, and I think that that could also be like, my mind goes to abductions.
Oh, okay.
I can't help it. I'm a conspiracy theorist, critical thinker. So I believe
It's
in
called Truth Seeker.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. So
Yeah,
I
or
think that
Truth
anything is
Teller.
possible, but more than likely, I would say that's a great possibility. Or
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. They're seeing something that was very dominant in your whatever reading you that yeah.
yeah. It was
Now,
very interesting.
it's very interesting. There's a difference from when I do hand readings that are like when I look at pictures,
Yeah.
I can really like tap into someone's auric field if they allow it. But mostly I am just looking at the lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I'm in person reading, then when I hold somebody's hand, then I can get visions. That's like
Oh,
being clairtangent, but I don't
yeah.
get them like I do if I'm holding someone's hand. And it establishes a
Huh.
connection that I can usually give a really good tarot reading after I've read somebody's hand. So I
Yeah.
start with the hand reading and then go to the tarot. But I don't do anything really predictive. It's very psychological.
Yeah. Wow.
But I looked at your
Interesting.
hand and we
Hmm.
established that you have a fire hand. And we were talking about the difference between Western astrology and true sidereal. And so we're looking at Libra in Sun, but
Yeah.
more than likely Virgo. And then with your ascendant being Virgo in Western, more than likely that's Leo. So that's where we see that fire.
Yeah. Oh, I've Venus and Leo actually as well.
Oh, well then, yeah, there's
Come to
that's a
think
lot
of
of
it.
Venus is just like it's really interesting. Your hand looks like your Venus is your hand looks like it's kind of like not real bumpy. You know what I mean? Like your mounts are a
Yeah.
little bit flat, but what all
Okay.
that means is I'm looking at that compared to the rest of your hands. So your mounts are only as big as your other mounts. You know what I mean? I'm not comparing them to
Yeah.
someone else's hand who has large mounts. I'm comparing them to the other mounts in your hand. And your largest mount is your Jupiter mount.
So what are you looking at? My right hand.
I am looking at your right hand.
Yeah. Because backstage, lads, we discussed because I asked Carla if it's the left or right hand is read, because from what I remember, I think Helen read my right hand at the time. I think. Now I remember stuff she told me. I don't remember her asking. I don't remember her asking me like you asked me, which is my dominant hand, to figure out which one will be read. You know. But I have no recollection of her asking me that. Maybe she did. I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure it was my right hand she was looking at. But
Yeah,
anyway.
there is a standard that if you are primarily right or left-handed, that's your dominant hand, and that would be the like the now moment. That would be what
Yeah.
you've done with your potential, whereas your non-dominant hand is the potential you bring in. So like the left side of your body's the past, the right side is the present. So if I would if I'm reading somebody's palms, I do like to read both because one is potential and one is what you've done with that potential.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And I always establish the shape of the hand first. And I do that by just measuring your palm and seeing if your fingers are either the same length or shorter or longer. And
Okay.
then I look to see if your palm is square or rectangular.
Oh, mine
And you're
square, kind.
it's square, but it's also rectangular. Like it looks like
Okay.
it's longer here, but you still
Right.
have yeah, yeah. So a true fire hand, when you do this, is bigger at the bottom, where yours is more square. So
Right.
I started with a lady called Ellen Goldberg.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
wow.
yeah, yeah. Now is that the same woman?
Well, there's oh, what's the name of the channel? Is it? I think it's called How. She does short tarot clips on the different on the cards and on the suits and stuff.
Huh. Well, this
She's an hold on, I'll have a look. Oh, I
okay.
love her. If it's the same woman, she's a lovely voice.
She is like she sounds. Remember, Practical Mystical Carol. That's who she reminds me of. But Ellen
Okay,
Goldberg is. I was going to look her
I,
up real quick.
I'd
She's
say
an
it's
older
this. Yeah,
woman.
yeah. I love her. I haven't actually watched her in a long time. Wait until I see if I can watch a bit. No, I can't find. Oh, there she is.
I
Oh, of
read
course,
her
there's
book.
ads. Howcast is the name
Yeah.
of the channel.
Oh, I didn't even know she had her own YouTube channel. I
I
know
don't
I've
know if it's
watched.
her YouTube channel, but wait, no.
She does the art of palmistry, and it's a huge textbook.
Yeah,
So
look.
yes, that's her. That's her. And
Oh, I
yeah, she
love
has a
Ellen. I
very.
love Ellen.
She reminds me of Carol.
Yeah, I love her. Thought I haven't
Yep.
watched her in a long while, actually.
She's very deep, and she
Yeah,
does the blending of the hands. Where
right.
for myself, who's very ADHD, I learned the 4 basic types, which are fire, earth, water, and air. And
Yeah,
so you can see if somebody has like they might be predominantly fire, but they also have. I can even see the air in your hand just by looking at the shape of your hand.
huh.
Um, but you're predominantly fire.
Yeah. Okay.
And when we were looking at your big 3, compared from Western, which would have been Libra, Virgo, and Taurus, if you look at it in true sidereal, you're Virgo, Aries, and Leo.
Okay.
And that's that double fire. I know because
Yeah.
I'm the same.
We're
But
twins, lads. We're the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. And I went from her to like studying because it's a big book. And I love her too. And I went from that to Karen Wells has a course on Udemy that I took. And then
Okay.
everything else is
Huh?
quote unquote hands on.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pardon the pun.
Yeah. Yeah. I found out
So
something new today.
what?
The potential. The potential can even change in somebody's hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah, that's mad.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
It is fascinating stuff, Heather. I have to say, even from what's already been said. So, quick question. Just backstage, we were talking about my, like I said, my dominant hand, but like which one, because this is always a thing that comes up. People say which is your dominant hand, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. So,
Ah,
which would you consider my dominant hand? Like from what I told you.
well, when we were talking, your dominant hand is still they're both because you're truly ambidextrous. Like
Yeah.
I
Okay.
ask people what they write with, and you said you
Yeah.
write with your left hand.
Yeah.
But then I said, what would you catch a ball with? Because that also shows very dominant in whatever you would catch a ball with. And you said probably both your hands. So I am assuming that you are
Yeah.
truly ambidextrous because you said you
Okay.
do a lot of things with your right hand,
Yeah.
but you write with your left.
Yeah.
So to me, that means that you're very well, like very ambidextrous. And, the brain rules the body. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I've noticed that when I look at people that are ambidextrous or even people that are extremely left hand dominant, that you will see the past and the present in both of their hands
Okay.
because it's hard to. And so usually I say, you're going to know if this is something you fulfilled, like when we talk about potential. Are you doing that? Is
Yeah.
this something you are doing in your life? Are you potentially extremely creative and you are
Hmm?
creating? You know what I mean? So you're going to
Yeah.
see that you're creative in both hands. Are you extremely intuitive?
Interesting. Hmm.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know,
Like
Phoenix.
Intuition line. So let's see. I'm looking at your right hand, and now I'm going to look at your left hand. The intuition line, for those in chat, runs underneath your pinky. It's a vertical line that runs underneath your pinky down to the bottom of your hand. And sometimes it can be broken.
Vertical.
Sometimes.
Oh, bye, Heather. Heather has to go.
Oh, bye, Heather. Thank you. So your intuition is not manifesting in your hands very well. So, and that's a minor line. All that's saying is that, I don't know why I can't switch from. That's my phone. My phone is a piece of poop. Yeah. Okay. See, it's there. It's broken. It's just, and what that means is there's times when you're intuitive, and then there's other times that you have like a blockage. Like you don't trust yourself enough.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to say, so that's in your right hand.
Yeah.
So I think that is in the present. And that's where I would say, just by looking at that, and probably better than anybody, if that's accurate or not, because you don't hardly have one in the other hand. So, and that's kind of what I would do also, is kind of find, did you have surgery?
Yes, that's a scar. Yeah, that happened when I was 2 years old.
Wow. Yeah.
I went into the barn at home when I was 2 years old and decided it would be a good idea to climb over a pile of slates that were standing against the wall, and I slit it open, and it was
dang.
Yeah. Wow. So that's what that is. I had 6 stitches. So that's probably affecting some lines, is it?
It's not really. I wanted to make sure that that's what that was. But I'm going to say that you're probably, the right hand is going to show more of the now. Okay. So with looking at the shape of your hand, and you're a fire hand, you also have like a lot of passions. Like Jupiter is your biggest mountain. Jupiter is how we identify. So you're very much either extremely self-aware of yourself, or you just identify with who you are. You're very aware of who you are. Yeah. Your ambitions are high, and I can see ambition by looking at where your lifeline is and your headline. So this is your headline, and this is your lifeline. And so what you do is you look at your thumb, and then you look at the bottom of your index finger, and you look at where those lines lay. In the center shows somebody with like average ambition. The farther up the line goes, and I am more speaking of the lifeline, the farther up it goes, because that's our vitality, shows somebody that has like a lot of ambition. And somebody whose lifeline falls farther down here shows somebody that just kind of go with the flow, and it might need a little kick in the tush sometimes. And yours is above. It shows somebody that's very ambitious, but I can also see where your lines are overlapping, that you have struggled with like speaking up sometimes.
Yeah.
More in your youth. And I would say that that's stuff that happens to us in our youth. Like it doesn't affect everybody the same. You know what I mean? Like you can see I have a little bit of it, but over here there's a lot. So potentially I at one point was able to speak up, and then that got squashed.
Yeah. I'm sure that happens to a lot of people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to kind of find their voices again. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that potential is still there, because that is also the difference between like a major line and a minor line. And the major lines are, this is your heart line. And like the shape of it doesn't change. And like if I was to put a timeline on it, this is the beginning and this is the end. That's 80 years. So this would be like the 40-year mark. So anything from like I'm 55, so anything that would be before that is probably a permanent mark.
Okay.
But from here to here,
Mm.
it's still trajectory. Now, I think some palm readers might read it predictively, but when you tell somebody what you see, they take that information and that then becomes information to still make a choice. So you can change your trajectory, just like I was saying, our potential changes with every choice that we make.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I found a moon line on my palm on my hand of potential that was never there before.
Wow.
Now, I haven't really done a whole lot with it because it's not in my writing. But the potential is
But
there.
it's
I'm
there.
like, it's there. I did something, that
That's
said,
fascinating. Huh.
and that I truly believe, that the mind is reflected here.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of like the common, what you see in palmistry. It's because the mind recognizes it. And so you'll see it here. But I do think there's a little bit different. Hi. I think there's a little bit of difference in the way, like the lady that you were talking about, when she read for you, she
Yeah.
was definitely using her psychic abilities.
Yeah.
And I do like I do expos, fairs, and a lot of the
Do you?
women
Cool.
that do readings there, they use their psychic ability.
Okay.
And I like I said, I can do that if I'm touching somebody, but I'm not developed enough, I don't think. I need to work at it a little bit more.
Hey, Crystal Gypsy.
So
That's amazing.
yeah. So knowing that you've got the heart line, you got the headline, the lifeline, and then there's something called the fate line that goes up the
You're looking
center
for.
of our hand. Those are all considered major lines that aren't supposed to change.
I have Skittin. Sorry. Oh, wrong one. Hold on, I'm after clicking on the wrong one. That's my husband.
Oh, hi.
Ahoy. He's downstairs, supposed to be minding the children, but anyway. So you see the way, I don't know if you could see it. So the top one is the heart line.
Yes.
Isn't that what you said? See
Yes.
see the way mine breaks into two. What does that mean? Or is that another one going through it?
If you like your
It could
original
be
line,
another one.
your original line goes right between Jupiter and Saturn, which tells me, like, I palmistry, the way that I read it, is a very personal thing. So I'm not going to tell you everything that I see,
Right.
unless you want to stay on the line for a second.
Oh yeah, okay.
But just knowing that your heart line is curved is the difference between a mental and a physical heart line. Curved means it's physical. It means that you're able to express yourself. You're able to tell people what you need. That hasn't come without cost.
Right.
Now the other line, where it's like sometimes you are at a crossroads where you're very forgiving and less judgmental of how other people are, as far as like when they're expressing themselves to you, because you're a good listener. But that little line that's coming off there means that sometimes you find yourself at a crossroads, depending on how emotionally charged you are, on
Yeah.
whether you find yourself projecting onto them how you feel, taking precedence over how they feel. And it's like that is a secondary line, the line that's pointing towards Jupiter. So what I see is like I have the same thing.
Okay.
I see a line pointing up here and then another one that's pointing over to Jupiter.
Yeah.
So that's when it points at Jupiter, it means that you're more you're going to be more self-involved in that moment, and you're still going to be able to express yourself.
Okay.
So it's kind of like having the one-sided argument, but your original line comes straight up between there, which means that you're very, your basic person, who you truly are, is the
Yeah.
person that says, I can understand. I can see everything that you're telling me. It's
Yeah.
just you do have moments where you find yourself a little bit self-involved. And it's when you're you know, too emotionally charged to handle what's going on in that moment.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez, there's a lot to it.
And that's the kind of reading that's the kind of readings that I give. I don't see tall, dark, and handsome. I don't see, you know what I mean? It's all your headline tells me, like, if you're depressed. It tells me if you have a short attention span. It tells me if you have times of depression. It tells me if you've had good, happy moments. It tells me if it's hard for you to let go. So those are the things that I see in a palm reading. And so most people are like, oh, no, what, you telling me that stuff? No. So eventually I would like to be able to just share with people so that they can look at it for themselves, because
Yeah.
it gets really deep sometimes. And I've had women and some men where they're so emotional because somebody's seen into their soul.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is the headline right here.
The
It's
second big one.
between, the second big one. Yep.
Mine has a little fork in the road as well, actually, come to think.
Yes, but that is the sign of a writer.
Ah. So I can't. Oh, there we go. So here.
Yep.
And then there's a fork there.
Yes. Yes. And I see somebody that is always
Interesting.
able to see both sides. It's like you can see the dark and you can see the light.
Okay.
And it's almost like watching it on TV.
Huh.
But that's
so heart,
also
head, and this one then the third. Well, I don't know if you can see
yes,
it.
this is the lifeline, the one that curves around the thumb.
Lifeline, yes, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, and that shows your vitality. The gypsies used to get in trouble for saying that they could see how long somebody would live.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. These little lines down here give you more of an indication of what your health looks like and how many good years you have in your life than this does.
Okay.
These are called racettes, and each one is 25 years.
So these, where are we? Jesus.
Yep. Yes.
These
those
ones
are
here.
called, yep.
Racettes.
Racettes. Yep.
I've two good ones anyway.
Yeah. And but those are minor lines. Again, every decision that we make
Cool.
is gonna change our
Yeah.
fate.
Yeah.
Destiny is ours. And I never believed that as much as I do since I started reading palms.
How long are you reading palms? That's what I was going to ask you.
Probably about 4 years now.
Oh, is it all long?
Yeah, no, not long at all. Not long.
Yeah.
Like I said, the last 2 years have been hands-on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I like to do that. I'm punny.
And like
on purpose.
you were you were like you were training within that 4 years too, as in you weren't learning any of it before the 4 years, like.
Right. No, I actually had a palmistry book when I was a kid.
Okay.
And, I always thought it was fascinating, but I didn't. I just read the book, and I remember looking at people's hands, and I could see certain things then. But when I really started digging in, then I was just like, whoa, But I'm also like very much into Carl Jung.
Oh, yeah.
And Carl Jung's, very like the shadow and the psychoanalysis and all that. I actually just did a video on it. He had a student or a follower. His name was Julius Spear. And Julius Spear created the term called psychochirology, which
I
is,
saw.
yeah,
Yeah.
psychoanalysis in the hand. And,
Okay.
I mean, it's very psychological. There's nothing really predictive. But then again, I don't think Julius Spear was psychic. I think he was spiritual. And
Okay.
he had a very Christian background. I have a Christian background, but I don't practice Christianity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I practice everything.
Yeah. Bit of everything is grand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw I haven't watched the video yet, but I saw you post that video. Wasn't it yesterday, I think?
Yeah, yeah. It was
And I just Googled that word,
yeah.
but I thought it said something. I thought it told me it was something about reading kids' hands, though.
He wrote a book called The Hands of Children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was like he would read hands for a lot of celebrities and stuff because he was very active during the time of Hitler.
Yeah.
And I think there was a point where he probably feared for his life, so he went under the radar.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was very much he coined the term psychochirology as a way of Jungian hand reading.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's it. That's it. It is. It's very, very deep.
Jesus, it sounds like it.
Now, if you don't have a fate line, which the fate line is a lot easier to see in your dominant hand. Mine goes
down the middle.
All the way up and down, vertical in the middle of your palm. And not everybody has one, or they have a little tiny one.
Yeah, mine is like kind of visible halfway up, and then it's very I don't know if you can even see it, but it's only kind of weak from halfway up my hand up to my middle finger.
So
if it's even it.
By looking at both of your hands, Jackie, you have a little bit of a mount, like a elevated area in your plane of Mars, which is right in the center of your hand. And actually, is it the right hand that has the scar?
Yeah.
It's in both hands. So, and knowing that you have a scar in one and you don't in the other, but you still have that little elevated area, that's the plane of Mars. Now, here, this whole area is called the plane of Mars. And in here, so this is inner Mars, which is this area right above the thumb, or Venus. And we call that's the warrior. She's the one that comes out when we feel threatened. And over here is outer Mars. This is the strategic warrior, the one that knows when to come out. And inner, or the plane of Mars, is where we strategize. And a flat or inner, which or should I say, it's like mine is kind of, you can't really see anything elevated in there. That's just that's a normal, like the playground that says, I'll take it or leave it. I'm good at planning. I can strategize if I need to. Elevated means that you really like to do that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. You really like to plan stuff out. And if somebody ticks you off, you might hold on to that for a while.
Yeah. Right.
Hard to let go, and you're planning for the next visit.
Yeah.
I like that. And it's good to know.
It is. Jesus, it is.
But your fate line kind of stops there. And that just means that by the age of, I'd say 40, that there was less of a, like, most people are career driven. By the age of 40, you were like, It just wasn't that important to you
Oh, yeah, okay.
past that point.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, mine goes clear across my hand. So because my mind says, nope, you got to do this and you got to do that, means I'm good. If a palmist looks at that, they're gonna like, well, you're gonna be working into your 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Huh?
that's because my mind says, oh, you have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's, yeah, the mind recognizes that. So
Huh? That is cool.
yeah. Colors play a
Huh?
big role in our hand. When you see red, that shows passion. When you see pink, that shows like healthy,
Yeah.
good blood flow for one. And when you have good blood flow, you're more, you have more vitality. And so it makes a difference too what mounts you see it on. Oh, well, you can change your potential.
Yeah.
Remember that. I have 3 Rassets on my hand of potential and 2 on my dominant hand. So what does that tell me? Means that I did not take very good care of myself for a while there, which means
Hmm.
I cut time off of the end. Now I could start doing that now. And because I have, there's a little bit of a half one that I can see down here. So that's, yeah. And it wasn't there before.
You see, I don't know if you could even see.
I see
Hold on.
3. I see
You
3 right there.
see, there's 2 strong ones, but then I
Uh-huh.
actually see 2 more
Oh, yeah.
less strong
See?
ones. That's on my right. Like I have kind of what I'd only consider 2 good ones on my left, but here I actually see 4.
Well, then that tells me that you're making very good choices when it comes to your health.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have like everyone, the first year of lockdown, we all went mad with food and drinks and all sorts.
Yeah.
So I have lost like most of a stone and a half in the last year and a half because I'm only 5'3" ish, and that's probably being generous. I'm tiny, and I have a tiny frame, so
Yeah.
all that extra weight on me was just not good. Or like even coming up the stairs here in my own house, I was clutching my chest. It was ridiculous. Like, so I did. I joined Slimming World, and I'm eating more than I ever ate, but it's all good, healthy stuff. You know, like salads is unreal.
Yeah.
Do you know,
Absolutely.
soups and I love everything. I'm not someone who's fussy about food anyway. I love all food. I live
I
for
do
food.
too.
Like, but
I
it's
do too.
just because of lockdown, we were eating too much takeaway and having
Mm-hmm.
a beer or two every second night of the week, and it all added up. Like,
Absolutely. Mine was
so yeah.
working in the factory and then changing my lifestyle from the physical labor to taking care of children. That's my full-time job, is taking care of my grandbabies.
Oh yeah.
I'm a full-time nanny.
Right.
Um and yeah, that was a big lifestyle change and I gained
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, it happens so easy, doesn't it? Jesus.
Yes. So now I'm really
Oh,
working at it though.
Crystal has a good question.
What is a line and what is a wrinkle? See, I don't think there's wrinkles. Oh, you mean like down here?
Yeah, down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would just do this then. Is just pull your wrist back
Oh,
and
okay.
take a look. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, wrinkles, yes,
Yeah.
but there's a reason that you have those lines. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there are like chirology
Huh.
is the study of the hands and the lines. Or no, I'm sorry, that's the hand shape and the mounts and the texture. Chiromancy is the or no, chirognomy is the shape of the hand, texture of the hand. Chiromancy is the lines and the shape of the hand. So there are people that like study the lines in our
Uh,
face. Some people might like read other parts of the body. So for the same reason I'm reading palms, they'll read something else. Like I know people that face read, and it's like it's the same thing. It's just so your non-dominant hand is the potential. And your potential, like when you're a child, it could be brought in from a past life. It to me, I feel like that's exactly what it is. Like you come in predispositioned because of a past life. But like I was saying with this moon line, we change our potential with every decision we make. So like if we have potential to be, an artist, and I feel like even people can train themselves to sing.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have that natural ability, they can still train themselves. So then therein, if they start something like that, you just decide, I want to do this. You're going to see in your hand where other things have opened up, other possibilities. So you changed your potential. And then when you follow through, you'll see it in both hands.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And the intuition line is a big one. If you see that line, there's sometimes it's broken, but it comes from the pinky down, and it's just any straight line, any vertical straight line that comes down off of there, except for if you've got a bunch of little lines in here on your Mercury. Those are called lines of stigmata, and they're the signs of a healer.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yes, you have those. You also have a star.
That intuition line is on the left hand, isn't it?
The one that you have, yes, it is.
Mine isn't. Lady Virgo said, "Oh, they would have so much fun reading the lines on my face."
Oh, me too. I've got them everywhere. I've had these since I was a little kid. The ones on my forehead. Oh my geez.
Brilliant.
Yeah. You have Star of Fortune on your Mercury, and you have one on your Moon. So the Star of Fortune is like it exactly what it says. It's the potential to make a fortune doing something that pertains to where you see it. So when you see the Star of Fortune in Mercury, it could mean like something with numbers, something with journaling, something with our words, something with writing, and actually making money from it, or leaving a legacy behind. On the Moon, it's just being very creative, using your intuition and your creative outlet to actually make a place in the world, too, leave a mark on the world, or become famous.
Crystal said, on my right hand and my second down line, I have a loop, and then the line continues on. I have a third line below that, but it's faint. I just turned 60.
So the headline, right? The second line down right here, right? So you have a loop, like an island. So an island is a time of struggle. Yeah, it's usually like when we, there's stuff going on in our lives that just have us in where we can't focus very well. We could be depressed, we could be anxious. It's all the things that keep us from we're probably processing from a place of fight or flight instead of feeling safe and nourished, and so it's
she just commented again, actually. I don't know if that makes a difference. She said,
oh, on your wrist. Oh, okay.
Well, that wasn't in the first one.
Well, an island is still considered a time of struggle. And if it's on the second one, it probably means that in your, 30s and 40s or whatever, that there was probably struggle in your health of some kind.
So is it the top one is the first 25 years and then it goes down? Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yep. And all mine are chained. And, Another way to look at it too is like my mom used to say, Carla, your grandma's a little bit of a what do they call it? Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
Yeah. And as I got older, I understood what that was. Just like she just, even if she had a cold, to her it was serious. Okay. It
Yeah.
was serious. So
Yeah.
when the mind recognizes you take things extremely serious, you're also going to see that in your hand. So it's like if you don't want to compare yourself to anyone else, because someone else, might not look at that the same way. And so they're not going to have all those lines.
Yeah. I know a few hypochondriacs.
I do too.
Funnily enough. Frank wants to know, can you also, excuse me, can you also see serious diseases in your palm?
There are certain types of reading, and I believe like Indian readers, like maybe more along the, like your Buddhist and your Hinduism, they read palms also as part of their spirituality. They can see a very physical sense. They read as your, where I see spirit, I see heart.
Yeah.
I do know like a lot of lines in this area, because the moon is water, like a lot of horizontal lines. It does mean travel, but some other readers can say that means like you have trouble with water weight, or you have kidney issues. So it really depends on who your reader is. Myself, I know a few things about it, but I don't know enough to say if I could see something like that.
Yeah.
Now, our nails, like those moons that you see, if you can see your moons, then that's a good indication that you're at least getting all the vitamins and stuff that your body needs.
Ah,
Yeah, you're getting all the oxygen.
cool.
If you can't see them, then it means that your immunity's down.
Right.
Yeah. Trying to think. Oh, you're not on Facebook? You can email me at
Will I put in your email?
Yep. And I think there might be a link to it off of my channel.
Might there? Okay.
In the About Me. Yep.
At AOL.com. Anyway,
Yep.
I'll stick it in there as well. So there's
Yep.
Carla's email. Oh, I missed an A. Cool. Oh, shit, hold on now. I'll delete that and I'll go again because I missed I can't edit it. No. Right, let's go again and put all the letters. Cool. Allah. There we go.
Yes. La la.
Where's my ash?
Ooh, la la.
Ooh la la la.
Yeah,
Let's go dancing. It's cool. There we go. That's better.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So yeah, it is fascinating. I'm tempted now myself as well, I have to say. That actually makes sense. I went through a divorce at 49. I went through a health transformation, I presume that means, during my Saturn return. I know nothing what that is, but anyway, I am having hip surgery in 2 months. Wow.
Yeah. It does. It takes a toll on us. Anytime our energy's drained. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Crystal had said the same. So you have her email address there now, girls.
Oh, awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear from you ladies.
Crystal, you were going to do great. Thank you so much. No bother, lads. So does anyone have any questions for Carla? I've learned loads already. Anyway, it's amazing.
Good.
I'm
gonna finish reading your poems too and send you a video.
Cool. So guys, stick up your questions. We have about 10 minutes left. You know I like to stick to the hour. So first of all, thanks everyone for being here. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, lads. Do all the YouTubey things, as Hershey would say. After the live, put in an old comment and tell us how lovely it was. Apparently it helps the algorithms. I don't know. I just say it because apparently it's true. Apparently it's true. according to YouTube. So, oh, Angela is just here. Angela, do you have any questions about palmistry? Blessings, and Angela puts everything in poems. She writes unreal poems just on the spot. It's fascinating. Blessings and hope to
Wow.
all of you. Hope all is well today. May love and light and hugs brighten up your. Did you mean up your day? I presume. Amen and angel hugs. I think that's what she meant.
I think so.
Thanks for popping in, Angela. Can you see the future in your palm? Frank wants to know.
I think we can see the trajectory that you're on, because I can do a timeline. And what I do is, it doesn't matter. Like, see, I have a short lifeline, but I would still take it from beginning to end, and that would be 80 years.
Okay.
Same with the headline, beginning to end, 80 years. And so all the lines, and then you would cut it in half, and that would be 40. And so you just need to know where the beginning of the line is. Like, your headline starts here, or headline starts here. Same with your lifeline. So you know that that's the beginning, that's youth. And then at the end would be older age. So, and what you're looking for is islands and crosses, lines that cross it. And that'll tell you if you're on the road to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A star is always good. The only place you don't want to see a star, and there is only one place that I have found in the hand, is on Saturn. And that means usually life. It's a matter of life and death. And when you see a star on Saturn, and it usually means people close to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Everywhere else that you see a star means good things are coming.
Okay. Cool. My interest is totally piqued. Thank you for this, Jackie and Carla. No problem, Crystal.
Thank you.
And Lady Virgo agrees.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had this notion a few weeks back that I just wanted this, because I haven't been doing. See, I kind of get a notion of an afternoon. Oh, I'm going to do a live tonight, and then I find someone to do it with me, or I do it on my own, or whatever, right? Or I text Maya, who's in chat, and I go, Maya, I'm doing a live tonight, and she'd go, what's it on? Oh, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, and that kind of thing, right? But at the moment, now last week I ended up doing my Mystical Musings Monday on the Tuesday night, right? Instead, my dad is in and out of hospital nonstop lately. He's still up there. He's going to be there for another while. So I just had to say to my crowd, I have something on Monday. I can do any other night to go to the hospital. I'm not changing my Mystical Musings Monday to Tuesday again.
Right.
So I said, Monday's the only night I can't go. I'll do whatever I can on other nights. Because we take my mother up there. The visiting hours are only from 6 to 8 now at the moment for some stupid reason. So so I wanted to kind of just do my New Year's I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, right? Because every day we can make a decision to do better or whatever, right? So affect that, right? But I just instead I made a promise to myself that I'd kind of make some sort of a better commitment towards building my channel, So I had this idea. I want to do one weekly live and commit to it. And just to do anything under the spiritual topic, and just learn about new stuff and meet new people, because I'd been watching you, but I didn't know you as such. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
So I just thought it'd be nice to do lives with different people that I haven't done lives with. And like, I have someone out in animal communication in a few weeks. That'll be cool, because I'm obsessed with dogs anyway, so I can't wait. And then I have like my shitty tarot, Monica.
I love it.
I love the show. I love the show, and I love the deck. And I found Monica on Instagram, Connected Tarot, and she loves the show and she loves the deck, and she knows what the cards. There was only one deck review that I had found on YouTube and it was Jason, Tarot by the Pines. He actually knows what all the images, what scenes, what the cards are. Oh my God, words. My brain is fried. what scenes the cards are based on. Is what I'm
Oh,
trying to say.
wow.
So then I saw Monica and I was like, oh my God, Monica knows her stuff. So I was like, I'll ask her to do a live and talk about the deck, and just what we like and don't like about it and all the rest of it. So I'm looking forward to that. And I have my friend, now I had to cancel next week's one, so I have to find something else for next week. But my friend Saoirse, we were going to do energy healing and mediumship and how they kind of link together.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to change that with her. But my friend Anne, then she's in Ireland. We're going to do a live on a Monday night and do a different topic. Althea, who is spiritual whisperer. Again, I'm only new to her channel a couple of weeks. So we are going to do raising consciousness. So I'm really looking forward to that now as well.
I love that. Yeah.
So we have all sorts of cool topics. So when I knew from your channel that you're into the palmistry. So I was like, ooh, that's something I know nothing about. I'd love to kind of, get a little taste of it and see what it's about and stuff.
Well, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. I love
Good
being here.
stuff. Good. Lady Virgo, no coincidences. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Angela asked, how do you avoid getting the lines mixed up?
Practice.
I suppose. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Study.
Frank says, yeah. Thanks, Carla. See, palmistry now and learning the lines would be up there with astrology to me. I'm like, oh my
It
God, there's
is
just
really.
way too much to that.
Yeah. These all represent planets.
Yeah. Wow. You're very welcome, Frank. Oh my God, animal communication. I know, right? That's going to be cool. And again, I didn't know Colleen. Colleen came to me from, I don't know, someone else's channel, maybe Althea's channel. I'm not sure. So I'm looking forward to chatting to her. She's I'm not going to guess. Her accent to me is English, but she's living in France. She has they were over there. I only watched something on Instagram earlier on. Herself and her husband were over there a few years ago on holiday. Went off out on a day trip, found this amazing barn in the middle of an overgrown field, and within a year they had moved out there and they were renovating it and the whole lot. Yeah. So the next few days she's putting up photographs and videos and stuff of the renovations. So I can't wait to see that.
That's nice.
Oh, I'd love. We have a fabulous barn at home on the land, you see, and it would be an amazing renovation. But anyway, who knows if that'll happen or not. But anyway, families and all that crap.
Yeah. Well, hi.
This is Sylvia. Hey, Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia.
Nice to see you, girl. What did Angela say? By the way, you have beautiful energy. Just wanted to say, aw, she does, doesn't she?
Thank you.
Yeah, so we have a couple of minutes left, lads. If anyone wants to throw in any last minute questions, or if you have anything you want to say, or anything, Carla.
Just contact me at misskulala@aol.com if you'd like a reading. But also you can go to my channel and I have an about me. Actually, I'm a hotline reader too, where I read tarot and stuff. So it's all on there if you're interested. I'm not big, you know what I mean? I'm just getting my feet wet with social media and stuff. So,
Yeah. She is on Instagram too, lads.
Yeah, and I haven't put anything on there in forever.
I'm joking. I like Instagram. I have what's the word? I have a Facebook personal page, and I had set up a few years ago a Facebook tarot page, but I gave up on using it. But I realized that you can't actually delete any add-on pages. You have to delete the main page, which is my personal page. That's just stupid, and I don't want. Well, I do want to do it, and I don't want to do it. I don't know. So I'm just not using it. But Instagram, I have a personal page, which actually I haven't been using because I've only been using my Instagram tarot page. So yes, so her YouTube is Miss Kulala's Mystical Musings, and same on Instagram. Okay. And you can contact her contact information is in the description on her YouTube channel. All right, guys. No bother. So I don't think anyone else has any questions. So we might wrap it up if that's all right with you.
Yep.
This was fabulous, and thank you so
Yes.
much. I loved it. Who's a mod? Frank is a mod. Angela is a mod. I know Heather is gone. One of the mods can post the links for you, Crystal. I'll just type up the name anyway there, look, because I'd be afraid now if I went out of this to find a link, I'd probably cut us all off or something. Miss Kulala's mystical. Oh, type the words. There we go. Mystical musings on YouTube, guys.
Yeah.
Oh no, I missed a letter again. Nope. We'll get there. We'll get there. UBE. I swear I can type. I did learn to type years ago.
I never did. I'm like,
oh, Angela has a quick question. Where we go? Where we go? There we go. So, what made you start reading palms?
Carl Jung.
Yeah.
I was always interested. I just didn't really get serious until I started watching grandbabies, and I had to have something else to focus on besides children. And since it's very psychological, I was just like, oh, I had to dig in. Yeah.
Wow. There's so much to it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like
there is. I think we can see our spirit and our soul. I mean, obviously we can see our soul, our identity, and we can see our past soul, which means yes, but we can see the spirit, which is, our eternal self. Yeah.
Love it. So we shall leave it there, I think. Thank you so much again, Carla. That was amazing. Delighted we did this.
Me too.
We'll have to do something else anyway again soon.
I'm all for it.
Good stuff. I can go up to your channel or whatever. We'll sort it out anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
Good stuff. And you have her email is there in the chat, lads. So misskulala@aol.com. Have a great day, everyone, says Ange. Thanks, Ange. Bye, peeps. I'm going to hit end stream. So let's smile and wave for a few seconds.